Welcome back. You're watching Morning Live. Thank you for choosing to stay with us now. Iconic actor Kevin Spacey in Trigger Street Productions and Jameson is once again on the hunt for the globe's most gifted, undiscovered filmmakers with compelling stories to tell. 3 talented winners will have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to turn their scripts into short films starring Maggie Gyllenhaal and have them premiered in LA with the acclaimed cast and crew in attendance. The competition, now in its 5th year, is, according to the organisers, about giving talent filmmakers a break, a first shot at the industry. Here to give young filmmakers tips on how to write a winning script, we are joined by the 2015 Jameson First Shot winner, Mark Middelweek. Mark, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I remember interviewing you, I think it was just after you did the work with Adrian Brody.
Yep.
And I mean, is it really that first shot? Does it open up doors? Does it change your life?
It definitely opens up doors. I mean, it allows me to get into meetings I would never normally be allowed to get into. But I think the biggest thing is it gives you the confidence to persevere. That someone said that you've got maybe something, and if you keep working, there is a chance. Nothing's guaranteed, but that's the biggest thing it's given me.
When you say somebody's got something, I mean, you're understating it a little bit. I mean, it's probably one of the biggest actors in the world, working with one of the biggest brands in the world, recognizing one of the probably premier, most talented person that hasn't been discovered out of a group of people vying to be recognized as number one, and you're number one.
Yeah, I mean, I also think you can't let your ego get the best of you. It's still a short film. It's still, my career is still in my infancy. It, like I said, it gives me the confidence to keep persevering. You know, if I suddenly think, oh, I've made it, nothing's guaranteed in this industry. You have to keep working. For
sure, but I mean, I hear you, and I appreciate you being humble. But in a short space of time, there isn't a lot of newcomer directors that have shared a stage with Adrian Brody, gotten tips from Kevin Spacey, have traveled to LA, which is the mecca of film in the world, and under that leadership then get to do a short film, whether it's a 50-minute film, but with 2 prominent actors who have won awards for their craft.
I mean, it's amazing. Like, don't get me wrong. My ego, I'm sure I was very flattered at the time. But that's what I learned from LA, is there's so many people chasing the same dream. Very good. I mean, every second waiter's in film. You know, they've got a script and they want to give it to you. You know, they find out you're a director and they go mad. But you realize how hard you have to work because there are thousands of people chasing the same dream, and you can't get lazy.
And that's even a great tip for the new entrants. What do you think? I mean, you obviously spend a lot of time with the judges, but ultimately reflecting now and looking back at some of the inputs, what was it about your script that was just that good?
You know what I think it is? People often write what they think people want to see. My film's a strange little film. It's somewhat melancholic, which I didn't think they would choose. I did it as a writing exercise, but I understood the emotions that went into the film. And I think at the end of the day, if you make something personal, it will resonate on some level, whether it's one person or 1,000 people, whatever it is. You have to make it personal.
Let's take it back quickly in this conversation, because there might be a lot of our viewers that didn't see that interview with you a couple of months ago. What was your film about, essentially?
My film's about a guy that's a mascot for a basketball team, and he finds out he's being replaced. But I kind of drew on Adrian because he's a method actor, and I always have this fear that, you know, I get to do what I love every day, and that's going to be ripped away from me. And what would that feel like? And that's kind of the trajectory of the film, and it's kind of his downward spiral.
And that's what kind of resonated with people like Kevin Spacey. It was unique. It was very unique.
And we understand the risks in our industry and how much you have to give of yourself. So it's a metaphor, and yes, on the surface, it sounds like a comedy. It's not really. It's kind of a Trojan horse. But yeah, I mean, it's frightening because at any moment it could be ripped away from you.
So it was Adrian Brody that you got to work with. The new winners will get to work with Maggie Gyllenhaal, the sister of Jake Gyllenhaal, well-respected actress in her own right. But they do, or maybe it's it's a wrong way to state it, but I get the sense that almost actors at that level operate on a different level.
You know what it is? It's the preparation. It's not that they're that much more talented. They are. I mean, Adrian's immeasurably gifted. But the work he put in, I mean, when I got to LA, he knew the script better than I did, and he corrected me when he got a line wrong, and I didn't even realize he had got it wrong. And that preparation he put in was just astounding. And I think that's what I've taken from this, is you've got to put in the work, like I keep saying.
You talked about putting forward a unique script, but if you had to share, now that you've been behind the curtain and you kind of know the experience. If you had to give a tip, what would the tip be to the new entrants?
I think the biggest thing, what's so funny is that just enter. I know that sounds a bit trite and cliche, but so many people automatically disqualify themselves by not entering. I thought I had no chance. And I got together with 5 friends. We're all aspiring filmmakers. We went to a library. We wrote it. We had 2 days. We reviewed each other's scripts. And at the end of the day, we were going to learn something from it. We never thought any of us would win. And that was what it was about. Just enter. There's so many opportunities. And you may enter 1,000 and not get one. But if you're working and writing, you're going to become a better filmmaker.
Okay. Any projects you're working on at the moment?
I am. I'm working on 2 features at the moment, and I'm doing some commercials to make a living in the meantime.
Okay, we're going to leave it there. We'll have to watch this space. 2015 Jameson First Shot winner Mark Middelweek speaking to us about his win and kind of what it takes. If I was you, I would listen to that. There's some interesting points. There's got to be unique, and ultimately, at the end of the day, just enter. You never know. We're taking that break. Don't go anywhere.